If you haven't noticed, robots are becoming a lot more human-like. A growing and eclectic array of companies are developing AI-powered robots that move, walk, talk, and look like real people.
Hi, my name is Aura. Forget chatbots. Come chat with some real bots.
In 2025, some of them intend to manufacture and release their humanoids into the world for use at work and home. Among them is Clone Robotics, whose flagship humanoid has been compared to the creations in the show Westworld. Clone, which operates out of the US and Poland, says it's releasing only 279 of its new clone alpha androids in 2025. Does the number of robots they're releasing seem random? We'll get to that in a minute. According to Clone, alpha robots are muscuskeletal androids designed for the home. The design includes synthetic organ systems for skeletal, muscular, vascular, and nervous functions. The startup says the robot walks naturally thanks to its unique design that mimics human anatomy. They're trained with Clone's so-called telekinesis training platform. Clone says the robots will come with pre-installed skills including memorizing home layouts and kitchen inventories, shaking hands, pouring drinks, making sandwiches, doing laundry, and vacuuming. Clone boasted that Alpha's hands are strong, fast, and soft with a human-like range of motion. The dexterity surpasses the third-generation Tesla bot's prototype hand, with 27 degrees of freedom compared to Tesla's 22. Owners will be able to have witty conversations with their clones, which also charge themselves. Danish Radhakrishnan launched Clone Robotics with Yukish Kozlik in 2021. On the X social media platform, Radhakrishnan said they are building the androids they want for themselves. The co-founder said pricing is to be determined, but expect it to be costly. He likened it to a limited edition supercar. However, he said the mass market iteration of the robot will be obtainable by the general public.
Can you do this? I love you. You know how to do that?
Humanoid robots are starting to become a status symbol, which is expected to continue in 2025 as production scales. Companies like Tesla, Figure, and 1X that are aggressively racing toward mass production say they're aiming for their robots to eventually cost the same as a non-luxury car. Experts predict that within the next 5 years, humanoid robots at home could start becoming normal. Back to the number 279. The number of droids Clone is releasing may be a reference to Westworld. In one of the last episodes of the 4th season, a main character is revealed to be the 279th attempt to recreate his consciousness in an artificial body. When the episode aired in 2022, Screen Rant noted, Westworld puts a suspiciously heavy emphasis upon Caleb number 279, and unlike the others, the audience actually witnessed his creation in the episode's final moments. The iteration might be the first perfect version of his recreated self or the one who finally escapes control. His creation is a key moment as it highlights the fight between technology's limits and human freedom.
Wake up.
When Clone introduced a prototype of its humanoid in October, it drew comparisons to the lifelike creation in the HBO series. In the show, human-like robots are called host drones, and they're entirely artificial. The host drones populate a massive theme park that offers immersive experiences to wealthy guests.
The only limit here is your imagination. If you start in the center of the park, it's simple, safe. The further out you venture, the more intense the experience gets. How far you want to go, entirely up to you.
The patrons can interact with the hosts any way they choose without consequence. Their programming and realistic materials make them seem almost human, which is the same aesthetic Clone aims for. Clone says it's building power-dense androids with anthropomorphic traits to solve everyday challenges. The use of the word android is notable. All androids are humanoids, but not all humanoid robots are androids. Humanoid robots can be very simple and mechanical. They often look dramatically different than real people. They have unique features like glowing eyes, metallic surfaces, unorthodox head shapes, minimalist faces, or no face at all. Simply put, a humanoid robot has a human form factor but looks like a machine. Conversely, androids aim to look as human as possible. They have skin, eyes, hair, and are engineered to mimic genuine facial expressions. Most of the humanoid robots making waves today do not meet the technical definition of android. Exceptions include Sophia by Hanson Robotics, Amica by Engineered Arts, and hyper-realistic creations by China-based X-Robots. Clone goes a bit further, however, by saying it's working towards synthetic humans. The startup has secured top talent to reach that goal, including the co-founder of NVIDIA's Isaac Jim, which is used to train and simulate advanced robotics and AI systems in highly realistic virtual environments. Clone has 11 open jobs listed on its website, with engineering and technician roles in Poland and research and software positions in the Bay Area. The startup says it's also working on a project called Neo that explores Clone's vision of a limitless future for human beings. Neo is also the name of another android that is inching toward home deployment. This robot here could be the first humanoid to enter homes at scale. OpenAI-backed 1X Technologies is taking a different approach than the other major players in humanoid robotics by aiming for households rather than industry. Norway-based 1X unveiled its next-generation humanoid, Neo, in August to much fanfare. The startup's plans are ambitious, aiming for thousands of units produced in 2025 and millions in 2028. 1X founder Bernd Even Bernich says once production is scaled, the AI-powered robot will be priced about the same as a modest car. 1X has started testing the Neo beta prototype in a small number of homes. The startup says the robots could be ready for wider-scale deployment in a few years. Standing 1.6 meters, or about 5'4", the Neo Beta walks at a pace of 4 kilometers or 2.5 miles per hour. Weighing 30 kilos or 66 pounds, Neo has a top running speed of 7.5 miles per hour. The Neo carries up to 20 kilos or 44 pounds and runs between 2 and 4 hours with a single charge. In a press release, 1X touted the robot's bio-inspired design as a game-changing safety feature. The robot has a soft outer covering like a padded suit to keep people safe if it bumps into them. The Neo Beta robot's motors use cords to pull and move smoothly, like human muscles. There are no pinch points for safe use around children and pets. Several companies in China are also developing lifelike androids, including X-Robots, which frequently goes viral with its hyper-realistic creation. Established in 2009, X-Robots began its research into robotics in 2016 and in 2021 unveiled China's first robot museum, the X Future Science and Technology Museum. Over the summer, the Dalian-based company announced advancements in their robots' facial expressions and emotional interactions. Developers used silicone materials and intricate motor systems to replicate human mannerisms. Each X-robot creation takes from 2 weeks to a month to produce, with costs well into the 6 figures. The robots are primarily for display purposes now, but X-Robots wants to expand their use into healthcare and education. Remember to subscribe so you're prepared for when these robots take over the world.